What up, guys? Yeah, today I am breaking up the monotony of winter beers and coming at you with something that's not winter beer at all. This is from Chimay. This is not necessarily a newer one, but one of the newer ones available to the general public. This is their Dorée, I butchered it, D-O-R-E-E. It's an ale brewed with spices, and this is the traditional beer that the brewers would drink. So it's got a lower ABV, so the monks wouldn't get totally shit-canned drinking this versus, the other Chimay beers that they got going on. And Chimay is one of those that I had, one of those first real beers, you have your regular that I had. You go from your Budweiser, all that stuff, into the Blue Moon, and then you're like, oh, what else is there? Of course, when I grew up growing up in Michigan, the beers you'd also have would be like, Labatt Blue and Molson, and you start to go down a rabbit hole, and Chimay was one of those things. You got the red, the blue, and the white, but this is like a gold. But yeah, so ale brewed with spices. 4.8% ABV, so I believe that is significantly lower than the others. But so I was at the store, I was like, yes, I have to have that. So let's get this pouring. Just pouring a very clear, it might. Either this is a... Hold on. There's got to be sediment in here because I got a lot of chunks flowing. Exceptional yeast, isolated by Father Theodore. Let's see. Chimay secondary fermented ales have neither been pasteurized nor filtered, and only natural ingredients are used. Beer brewed at the heart of the abbey. Used to be reserved for the monastic community, guests and colleagues. Doesn't say anything about I wouldn't guess this one would be bottle fermented, but I got a lot of very thick chunks going on. Let's see if you can see this. Get up from this chair. See if I can see all that going on. Yeah, you can kind of see that. Yeah, that was all bottle. So I don't know if thick chunks, not like your usual bottle fermented where you got a little bit of the stuff going on in the bottom of it, but it doesn't say. So I don't know. It's been a while since I've had a Chimay. I don't know if they're all got that, but I'm gonna let some of that settle because that is some like snow dandruff in my cup. But we'll see. Let's get into the review and get into the smell. Ooh, very floral, very light. Ooh, yeah, very, very. I'm trying to think what. Fruity and floral. I'm trying to... What kind of fruit is that? I keep on wanting to think of that like grape eraser you had as like a kid at school and you'd race and and it smelled like grape. For some reason there's something like that going on. And I apologize for the noise outside. They use the the big old air blowers You know, we don't have trees, and we don't have anything that leaves that. We run those things out just to kick the dust around. Yeah, man, very floral. I'm not even... It's getting a little distracting. Trust me, it gets tricky working with audio when you got that going on. But I don't know. Like, have you ever had an orbital? This is like that, but even lighter and more floral. And you have some citrus notes that are really just popping, like orange, this poof, orange poof. You have like a white grape poof. And like wildflowers. Very, very light, very floral. There's a lot going on. I just wish I'm gonna have to look up to see if it's supposed to be this chunky. It is all over the place. I'm gonna recommend it on the aroma. It is very, very light and airy and floral. Yeah, so I'm gonna recommend it on aroma. Let's get into the taste. Does not taste quite as floral or as citrusy as I was expecting. There was almost a hint of almost like a dry brut champagne. Not bubbly. It's not bubbly like that, but it has that kind of that taste on the tip of your tongue. A little little woody, almost like sometimes you'll get a bit of that clean wood taste in some of like the Belgian lambics that are like wild yeast fermented. It has a bit of that kind of that woody element. Maybe there is a dab of raspberry, a dab of that sweetness in there, where it's almost a little bitter but also sweet. Got a bit of that going. So I just got just chunks floating. This is by far the chunkiest beer I have poured in a very long time. Maybe a hint of of a grain. Yeah, there's maybe not lemon zest, but like an orange zest going into. It's still not berry, but there's still a bit of that floralness going on. Apparently I need to eat more flowers to tell you what flower it is. But, it's perfect in the nose. So yeah, maybe a hair of orange zest into that subtle, almost raspberry lambic bitter sweetness. Very minute. Maybe like a honey, but maybe you get some of that honey from what was it, a honeysuckle or something like that. There's a dab of maybe wheat, a little bit. Yeah, I could see this being almost starting as like a wheat beer foundation, and then you add a little sprinkle of some basic lambic, maybe wild yeast element kind of stuff, or that clean wood that it's aged or open air aged in. There's a bit of that floralness to it. I'm enjoying it. I definitely like it. I'm enjoying the taste. There's a lot going on, and I like a beer where like each sip has got a little bit something like different, something else to discover. I really like that. I love beers that are like that, where if you want to sit and just eat, you just sit and relax and you sip on it. It'll always taste a little different. I love that. I love it when it's done very well, and so I'm digging this. So I am a fan of that. So I'm going to recommend it on taste. Next category is value for price, and these I'm glad I was able to find one of the smaller ones. I mean, I believe this was about, I think this is $4.99 for this one. I mean, this is not a mass-produced beer. It's an authentic Trappist beer. You're not getting a lot of those, although it's weird. Like, they've spread out some now. I think there's like an authentic Trappist in the States. It's getting, I don't count that. I mean, Belgium or in like the border around France or whatever. What's some weird noises going on today? So, so it's $5. Keep that in mind. And it's not a heavy ABV. It's under 5%. So you're not getting that hefty IBV oomph as you would from some of the other Chimays out there. But for me, I have no problem paying that kind of money for a beer that is going to be constantly evolving throughout the course of just one beer. Like this is going to taste different when I get to the bottom. Well, I'm not going to be able to drink like the last inch. But it's going to be shifting all the time. It's a beer that you can really dive into, and when you really want to get your hands dirty with like a evolving beer, this is a great one to get. So I have no problem paying that extra for that. So I will recommend it on value for price. I think, especially at least once, it's worth checking out and all that stuff. So I'm going to recommend on that. Next category is distinction. How distinct is it? And yeah, it's like a wheat beer meets Orville, which is another. I'm trying to think if that one's a Trappist beer. I think it's a Trappist beer, not an Abbey beer. But it's kind of like a solid Hoegaarden meets Orville, and they came together and they had like an amazing beer child, and it's this Chimay. So absolutely, it's very much itself, but it's very much a Belgian beer. A lot of stuff going on. So, and it's not Brutus. Since it's Brutus spices, I was trying to think, what spices would there be? I don't even know. But I'd recommend it on distinction. It is. There's hints of different kinds of beers that it's pulling from, but it's very much its own thing. So I'm going to recommend it on distinction. Next category is drinkability, and absolutely is a very easy beer to drink. I mean, usually if you're getting a beer out of Belgium that is 4.8%, very easy to drink. Again, you want to watch out for that the sediments, the fermentation. This one was very heavy in the sediments. Again, gonna look up, see if it's bottle fermented. I'll try to put it into one of these blurbs or underneath, just so you know if maybe I just got like a weird bottle or something to watch out for. But other than those kinds of things floating around, very, very easy to drink. It's a very enjoyable beer. The problem is it is $5 for like something like this, so you can go through a lot pretty quickly. But easy to drink, so I'm gonna recommend it on that. Last category is would I buy it again? And I think I would. It's enjoyable. I really like this. I'm a huge fan when you can find Chimays on tap. I'd be very interested to get this one on tap. I think that could be real fantastic. Just at a bar, getting this one, it tastes fantastic. This is a nice beer that's not super heavy, because sometimes you want that Belgian beer that's not like crazy, like 12% ABV. You don't always want that. It's like, I gotta last the rest of the night, man. I can't be going 12% just right out of the gate. Need something a little lower. This is a good one for that. So I don't know if it's available in tap yet, or if it ever will be, but I think I'll buy it again, especially for some like beer friends. It's like, okay, try this out, man. This is like Orville meets a wheat beer meets all blah blah blah. So yeah, I will be buying it again, and because of that, I gave the thumbs up on all of it. So which means it's going to get the Two Dudes official stamp of approval. And yeah, if you haven't had this one yet, go out, pick it up. I think you will greatly enjoy it. I think just beer fans, if you are a fan of beer, a fan of quality beer, a fan of just stuff that's intricate and has like different tastes at every turn, you're gonna like this beer. And but you don't have to take my word for it. Anyways, yeah, so that is the review. Like, subscribe, do all the good stuff. Have you had this particular Chimay? Let me know in the comments. Which of the Chimay beers is your favorite? I believe this makes the 4th one that is available, because you got the blue, you got the red, you got the white, now you got the gold. Which one do you like the best? I can't tell you which one is which off the top of my head, other than just the color. I think the red one's the heaviest. I don't remember. But yeah, tell me in the comments. Tell me which one you like the best. And if you see it on tap, do you get it? I will almost always buy Chimay on tap. I've only seen it in a handful of places, but when I see it, it's like, yes, I need it. I'm just gonna hook it up into my veins. Yeah, so like, subscribe, do all the good stuff. And so I hope you enjoyed this break from the Christmas beers. We'll be coming back with more Christmas beers soon, and I have a handful of new Mexican beers that I stumbled across. I'm really looking forward to getting into those soon, probably after the new year, but I don't know, sometime in the next week or next couple weeks. Looking forward to getting into those. Anyways, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And so for myself and Chimay, Dorée, that is the most American. This is Dorée. This beer, take it easy.